Hi again, this is Chuck McLennan for Buick Know-how. Welcome to the Buick Know-how 1999 New Car Preview. 1999 brings some pretty interesting changes to the Buick lineup. Let's start by taking a look at the new features of the Regal. The first refinement we'll cover is the new tower-to-tower brace on the Regal. This tower-to-tower brace is used on both the LS and GS models to improve road feel for the driver. Note the round front side and the flat back side. The tower-to-tower brace is contoured this way so that the master cylinder and transaxle fluid dipstick can be easily serviced. Next, the Regal's cooling fans have been revised for better efficiency. The left motor is a 150-watt unit, while the right motor is a 90-watt unit. If coolant temperature rises too high, the Powertrain Control Module, or PCM, can activate either one or both motors to aid airflow through the radiator. A subtle change for the 1999 model year is an enhancement to the remote keyless entry system called perimeter lighting. When the RKE transmitter is used to unlock the doors, the headlamps and reverse lamps will illuminate. The perimeter lighting system can be programmed to either an on or an off mode. Programming is simple. To program the system, turn the ignition switch to run. Then press and hold the door lock on the lock position. Press and release the RKE transmitter panic alarm button to determine the current mode. One chime indicates off. Two chimes indicate on. Press the RKE transmitter button again to toggle between the two modes. A chime will confirm the selected mode. If the chime represents the correct mode, release the door lock switch and switch the ignition off. A familiar feature that you have seen on the Regal GS is the automatic dual climate control system. This system has now been added to the Regal LS. This is a carryover system that's now standard to the LS and the GS. Another change for the 1999 model year is the addition of the Monsoon Premium Speaker System to the Regal LS and GS. This system is very similar to the Concert Sound 3 speaker system in the Century. A 220-watt amplifier powers the system, while rear 6x9s, shelf-mounted package satellites, front door-mounted mid-range speakers, and front door-mounted tweeters deliver the sound. Let's check out the chassis suspension and steering changes. The cradle mounts have been stiffened to provide better lateral control when cornering. Since the rear mounts receive most of this force, they have a rate plate in the rubber. This steel rate plate makes the mount stiffer, reducing its flexing capability. The top strut mounts also receive a rate plate to improve lateral stiffness. The LS and GS now share many suspension components. This makes the LS feel similar to the GS. The front and rear stabilizer bars, struts, and springs have been changed. Let's take a look at the changes to the front stabilizer bar. The front stabilizer bar itself has not been changed. However, the end links have been stiffened. In addition, the front springs have been stiffened for a firmer ride. Front strut calibrations are also stiffened for less bounce after hitting bumps. The intermediate steering shaft has been changed to reduce vibration and improve road feel. The steering shaft is now a 10-spline with concentric isolator, as opposed to the double D rag-type joint used on previous Regals. In the rear, the hollow rear stabilizer bar diameter has been increased to 17.2 millimeters, the same as the Regal GS. The rear springs have also been stiffened for a firmer ride. Rear strut calibrations have been stiffened for less bounce after hitting bumps. Now let's look at the 1999 Century changes. The first feature we'll look at on the Century is a driver outside electrochromic mirror. This feature is also on the Regal. When bright headlights are shining into the vehicle at night, the inside rearview mirror dims. For $19.99, the driver's door mirror is dimmed too. The Century now has a revised standard suspension for $19.99. The front and rear stabilizer bars have been increased 2 millimeters in diameter. The rear strut valving is also stiffened. This gives the $19.99 Century a firmer, more confident ride. One of the major changes on the Century and Regal for $19.99 is a new anti-lock brake system. The Delphi Brake Control 7 or DBC7 system replaces the previous ABS6 system. The DBC7 unit is much smaller and lighter than previous systems. It also incorporates traction control, the tire inflation monitor system, and the magnetic variable effort steering system. The specifics of the DBC7 unit and each of its features are described in the reference manual. Now that we've gone over all of the changes to the Regal and Century, let's move on to the Riviera. One of the interior changes for the 1999 Riviera is the heater. The heating system has been improved to deliver heat to the passenger compartment more quickly. This is accomplished through a change in the partial air recirculation system and a change in the torque converter lockup on cold days. Now let's take a look underneath the car. The Riviera has revised strut tuning for 1999. This strut tuning gives the Riviera a firmer and more confident ride, while reducing the residual bouncing of the front or rear of the vehicle after going over bumps. The Riviera has new low-friction wheel grease in the wheel bearings. This low-friction grease helps the Riviera achieve better fuel economy. We've covered all of the changes to the Riviera. Let's take a look at the 1999 Park Avenue. The first change to the Park Avenue we'll look at is the hood to fender seal. This is a running change and will be seen on some 1998 models. The seal shape is thicker and tapered to improve appearance of the hood to fender seam. All Buick 3800 engines receive a new AD237 generator. This 125 amp generator features chamfered rotor segments that reduce magnetic whine. The elements of the AD237 are as follows. A means air-cooled, D means dual internal fan, 2 means second generation electronics, and 37 means the stator diameter is 137 millimeters. This generator is mounted tangentially. That means it's held in place by both horizontal and vertical forces. This mounting system reduces the amount of vibration noise the generator will make. Let's take a look at the bracket that holds the new generator in place. This new generator bracket interfered with the routing of the heater hoses, so the heater hoses have been slightly relocated. Because they were moved, the heater hoses have a new installation procedure. Please see your reference manual for more information about this procedure. Now let's move inside to look at a few interior changes. One of the interior changes on the Park Avenue for 1999 is the leather-wrapped steering wheel. In order to get the leather-wrapped steering wheel, both the leather interior and an up-level radio with steering wheel controls must be ordered. The interior wood trim has also been changed for the 1999 model year. The new trim is a lighter color that looks and feels more natural. The optional speaker system for the Park Avenue is Concert Sound 3. The amplifier and speakers are mounted similar to the Century. Another improvement was the ashtray latching system. The new design has only one click when opened or closed. This positive latching system can be retrofitted to previous models. This is a running change that was made in March of 1998. Now that we've taken a look at all of the changes up top, let's take a look at what's been changed underneath. The engine and transaxle mounts on the Park Avenue and Riviera have been revised for the 1999 model year. This change has several benefits. First, it prevents engine vibration from traveling to the passenger compartment. Second, it reduces torque steer characteristics. And third, the new mounts accommodate the redesigned steering gear. The power rack and pinion steering gear assembly attachments have been revised for the 1999 model year on the Park Avenue and Riviera. This new dual cannon mounting style uses 2 bolts to attach the gear assembly to the frame. This type of attachment improves the accuracy of positioning the steering gear during replacement. Also, a new molded heat shield is attached to the new steering gear. Now that we've covered the specific changes to each car line, let's take a look at some of the cross-car line changes, starting with OnStar in the Riviera. One of the best features Buick offers is the personal contact between a customer and an OnStar representative. This personal contact has been enhanced in 2 ways for 1999. First, the OnStar system is now an option on all Buick vehicles. Second, the OnStar representative can now diagnose most vehicle concerns over the phone. Suppose that a customer sees that the service engine soon light on the instrument panel is illuminated. The customer calls OnStar for advice. The OnStar representative checks the car's status. OnStar may say that the first level of concern is not serious. The concern should be addressed in a few weeks. The second level of concern is should not affect vehicle operation. The vehicle should be brought to a dealer within a week. The third level is serious. The customer is instructed to go to the nearest dealer. The fourth level of concern is very serious. The customer is advised to shut the vehicle down immediately. The OnStar representative will dispatch roadside assistance. As you can see, this new OnStar option can give the customer a real sense of confidence in their vehicle, as well as Buick Motor Division. Now, let's take a look at the powertrain revisions for the Buick line. The first engine we'll cover is the 3100 V6. The air filter for this engine has been revised for reduced emissions and improved performance. The accessory drive belt material has changed to a non-neoprene type for improved reliability and durability. For reliability and durability, the throttle control linkages have been revised. The throttle body cable has a snap-in feature for a more positive connection. An integral composite cruise control stud has been added to the throttle body. To accommodate this new mount, the cruise control shaft has been revised. Now let's take a look at the changes to the 3800 V6 engine. The air filter for the 3800 V6 engine has been revised to allow better airflow. Better airflow means more power and reduced emissions levels. The drive belt for the 3800 V6 is made of the same non-neoprene material as the 3100 V6 engine. This provides better reliability and durability. Thank you for watching Buick Know-how's 1999 New Car Preview. The product enhancements pointed out in this program should help you understand the subtle engineering changes that were made for 1999. And, as always, take a good look at your Know-how reference manual for all of the 1999 details. See you next month.